Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Arcades and Avenues, the podcast dedicated to Disneyland Paris, where we give you updates on contemporary news as well as look at what makes Disneyland Paris unique. I'm Ash, and again with my great friend and co-host Holly. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. It's been quite eventful in the last 4 weeks since our last recording. We've got quite a stir in our posts. I think people are engaging a lot more in the pod, which is pretty cool. So yeah, looking forward to this episode. First of all, how have you been? What have you been up to?
Actually, I have something interesting to talk about this time, where normally I'm like nothing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm incubating ducks.
I'm sorry, what now?
I know that you always say I'm mad, and like I know that I am, but now now she is insane. I have got 7 duck eggs in an incubator downstairs on the kitchen counter.
Are these real ducks?
Yeah, I'm going to have real ducks, yeah.
Are you telling the truth? You got real ducks in
eggs, yeah. Then they've not hatched yet. But I've got an incubator with 7 duck eggs, and I candled them this morning, and at the moment all 7 are still viable. We've got heartbeats in some of them. So all being well, I will have my very own Disney ducks. We've got Disney ducks at home.
Okay, so one, I'm glad other people are now seeing this, and I'm vindicated when I told you how mad Holly can be. 2, I would like to know the thought process in what made you get to that decision. Like, you know what, ducks is what we need in a house. And how did you get them in your house?
So, like, I've wanted chickens for a really long time, and everyone, I mean, like, obviously I live with my family, and like my other half was like, no, you're not having chickens. Like, we've already got enough dependents, yada, yada, yada. And I've been like, oh, but I just really want them. And then I've for a while been looking at like adopting chickens, because obviously chickens, there's unfortunately don't get looked after a lot of the time. So I was going to actually like adopt chickens that were either ex-battery hens or what have you. Anyway, I don't actually know how we got here. So my dad has a boat on the river, and he found a duck egg, and he was like, shall I bring it home? And I was like, oh my God, stupid question. Like, yeah. Unfortunately, it was a dud. Like, it wasn't fertile. But then I started researching into like having backyard ducks, essentially. And like, did you know, Ash, ducks, they're hardier than chickens. They don't get sick. They're less likely to be prey because they can defend themselves, essentially.
Wow. That is an amazing
duck breeder.
And so when are you expecting them to like I can't believe I'm asking this question. When are you expecting them to hatch?
Well, I don't know exactly when the eggs were laid, but they've been in the incubator since Wednesday. So we're on like day 3 or 4 of them being in the incubator. And I have a chart, so I know what I'm looking for when I candle the eggs every evening or morning. And we've got clear veins, you can see the embryo, we can see the heartbeat. So I would estimate that I'm right. It's about day 3 or 4. It takes about 28 days for them to hatch.
Wow.
Give or take a few days.
So by the time of our next episode, we could be seeing some ducks.
I was thinking about making a little like mini series, being like, we have Disney ducks at home. If anyone's interested in that, please let me know, because I will make a video, because I'm so passionate about it at the moment.
That is brilliant. Yes, we need to. I don't care what people want. We need a series of this, and I need to. I'm saying it now as selfishly. Yeah, you just need to do a series of your we have ducks at home. Wow. There you have it. There you have it, folks. That is.
What about you? Come on, let's talk about you. You've got exciting stuff.
Yeah, well, no, not as exciting as that. I thought it was weird.
More.
I thought it was weird until you started talking about breeding ducks. My last month or so has just been writing. Now that I've joined this stand-up journey that I have unwittingly decided to join. But it's been fun, you know. I'm doing trials, practicing it out on people, and some of it works, some of it doesn't. I've got a major showcase soon, so that will be good to see familiar faces, and, you know, everyone that is coming knows me. Well, the ones I've invited anyway knows me well, so they'll tell me whether I'm good or shit. And then we can decide then whether I should pack up that hobby, you know, quick before I get started, or whether it's a new hobby that I undertake. Who knows? But yeah, that's what it's been like, really, is, yeah, being a clown, which isn't really different to my normal...
No.
My normal
You're
life
already a jester.
of being a clown. Yeah, exactly. So really, it's a pretty on-brand hobby.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited because I am coming to see Ash's performance. I'm going to take the journey up. I've bought my ticket and I'll be there to heckle.
I have warned her that, you know, this comes with a risk. You know, you're paying a ticket, you're coming all the way to London. It comes with a risk. If it's shit, no, there are no refunds.
It's a day out. It's a day out, and I've supported my friend.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm sure it won't be.
No,
I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping it will be great. But yeah, that's it. That is my news. That is our news.
That's our news.
Ducks and comedy.
Yeah.
But what
more could you want?
We've got other news. We've got quite an exciting episode. We will be shortly interviewing a good friend of ours and well-known person within the Disneyland Paris community, Geoff from DLP Town Square. Has been doing this for a long time, giving people updates about our favourite place, and yeah, just him telling us his journey and what's his thoughts on now. So definitely looking forward to that.
Me too.
But we do have news. We scraped the barrel of the news at Disneyland Paris because
You're
it wasn't
saying
much.
We have news. I sent Ash a meme last night, which says it's like two news reporters sat in the room, and I might get Ash to include it and put our heads on it, and it's like, we have no news.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, you know, trying to come up with a desperate headline for a newspaper that's just not making the cut. But no,
listen,
we definitely do have news.
It was bound to happen with after Adventure World opening, Frozen opening. Now that that's been open for 2 months and all the other things have died down,
they're calming down, aren't they?
I'm not surprised that we're in like a lull period for DLP news.
True.
And it's to be expected.
It's true. But we've got a few things. What's the first one, Holly?
So boards have gone up around the castle. It's been quite the controversial experience this week, guys. So the boards have gone up around the castle because there's going to be a refurbishment done on the castle bridge, which apparently is desperately needed. This is the boards went up, gosh, I can't remember what day it was, some day this week, and it's going to be ongoing until the end of September. But the reason why it's been such a talking point in Disneyland Paris news this week is because when the boards appeared, they were just white, stuck out like a sore thumb. Bright white boards in front of the castle, and classic DLP, no communication to say, don't worry, this isn't the finished product, we just had to get them up. So everyone was losing their minds. I mean, I was taking bets with people of how long it would be before someone graffitied them. And then for 48 hours later, well, they're themed now. So it was all a big hoo-ha for nothing.
Yeah.
Anything to add to that?
People were like, well, why couldn't they have done it at the beginning? But
right, that's what I want to know.
That would show competency of DLP operations. But no, I mean, look, it is a bit shit to have the boards up. I understand it needs to be done. I don't know why they couldn't have done it at a quieter period instead of now in the summer. Like end of September is crazy. That's literally like summer will be done, and then you'll just be going into autumn. So I just don't understand why they've decided to do it now, but they have. Whatever. Yeah, it's I don't know. It is what it is, I suppose.
It is what it is.
It's not a great decision.
Well,
but thankfully, they have themed it. They have themed the boards.
Yeah, and I just think you're right. Why did they not just theme them from the get-go? Like, I don't understand that. I almost feel like the people in charge are sadists, and they get a kick out of making everyone like lose their head for a couple of how am I going to get my castle photos? It's horrendous. I'm going for the first time. And then they're like, oh, well, look, we've put, the bottom of the castle, so it all blends in now, so you can all shut up. But I don't
like this
48-hour time period where everyone was going absolutely.
It just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense, Refurbishments like this, like that are known, they are sometimes scheduled in a year in advance. I don't know why it took them to do that first and then do the whole theming afterwards.
I
just don't understand. But again,
I'm going to go with they just like seeing people panic and being like, "Well, look, what's the matter with you? We've put theming on it now."
Yeah, but you gotta feel sorry for the people coming on their first day, and they only got 1 day. They've only got 1 day, and then that was their day. Like, come on, love, we've drove all the way here
from Carlisle,
lovely Newcastle. Look, I know we've travelled here. I know we've come all the way here. It's difficult, I know, right? We've had a pop tyre. we've pumped that up. But we're here now. We're here. All I want is just a photo in front of the castle, and I'll be fine. And they get to the castle. You what?
There's nothing like in the brochure.
Are you kidding me? After what we've just done, after what we've just travelled from, it's just come on, man. They could have done better.
Christ.
They could have done better.
Well,
there we are.
You win some, you lose
hopefully
some.
It's true. Hopefully the next bit of news would have made them feel better, which is that there are new snacks celebrating million splashes of colour. You can find them. Actually, where can you find them? I'm assuming Market House Deli. They will have some.
Market House Deli, maybe Cable Car Bakery. I don't know.
Cable Car Bakery, I think
Market House Deli.
And do they have one at Victoria's? Is there like a?
Yeah, I think there is something.
Did I get that mixed up?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's one at Victoria's as well. But yeah, there's basically different snacks that are celebrating the course, million splashes of colour.
Everyone's
very
favourite.
Colourful. Yeah, very colourful.
I'm seeing
colouring. TikTok. A lot of food colouring, a lot of E-numbers, but what is surprising with what you get? What are your thoughts? Because apparently they're tasting really good.
See, I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard that they don't taste of anything, like anything. I've heard that the brookie's good, but the brookie I think stays the same because I had the Halloween brookie. Remember when we went, and that was good. But I think they slap a different chocolate thingy on top of it every time. But I've heard mixed reviews of it doesn't taste of anything, but it looks good in pictures, which. Half the time with these novelty snacks, I think that's the reason why they do it, because people want to buy it, take an Instagram photo with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
so snacks.
Yeah.
Not particularly tasteful, but you can take cool Instagram photos with it, I suppose. So there we are. What's the next?
There's another new snack, Ash. We've predicted the future. There is a in Chalet du Marionette. I'm not joking. There is a Geppetto cake. Geppetto's accordion at Chalet du Marionette. The Geppetto takeover is imminent.
It is the beginning of the Geppetto propaganda.
It is.
At Disneyland Paris.
The takeover is real.
And I'm all for it. I'll be honest with you.
I think it's becoming, it's ironic now, isn't it? I think we've got a mole. I think someone from Disneyland Paris is listening to this podcast and they're like, just to troll them, a bit like the Castle Wall scenario, let's bring out a Geppetto-themed cake.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
But also, in the clip that we posted to socials last month about us laughing about Geppetto week when we were just having a moment, someone reminded me in the TikTok comments that Geppetto has his own shop in Disneyland Paris. And I was like, I forgot about the shop.
Yeah.
He does.
It's true.
Yeah.
We need more Geppetto. There needs to be a Geppetto week. Make it happen.
Well, we might. Watch this space.
Exactly. If we're seeing cakes coming out, I'm sure there's going to be other stuff as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no, that's great. That's great. What's the last bit of news?
The last bit of news is baby care in Disneyland Park has moved to the former AP office. People are now saying that kind of indicates there's no AP pop-up surprises in there at all, or there may be AP pop-up surprises in another location. Yeah. I didn't even really see this. I wasn't really paying much attention to this because the AP building's been kind of void for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been, and they've only been using it for annual pass pop-up surprises. Hey, and meet Bolt the dog, or things like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure they've had much more exciting ones, but like they'll do like a rare character now and again for you to do a meet and greet with. And yeah, if the baby care has moved there, then that means definitely there's not going to be AP pop-up surprises for a year there. But does that mean there won't be none, ever? Or does that mean it's just going to go to a new venue? We don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? So, there was first aid in there the last time. I remember last time I ever went in there, it was like first aid in there as well.
Yeah, no, first aid now is actually first aid has moved somewhere as well now.
Where?
Yeah, I don't know where they've gone, but they've moved somewhere. But yeah, it's of course they're doing a lot around that area. Of course, you've got Plaza Gardens, which they're
where the baby care was.
Yeah, but where the other things are, like the baby care and everything, like that whole vicinity is having a like refurb, it seems. So
yeah. So just check the app, guys, if you're there and you need to find where baby care is. Well, no, baby care is an AP. In the old AP office, but if you need first aid, check the app or ask a cast member. Do not refer to this podcast because we don't know.
No, we do not know.
No, we don't know.
Yeah, there we are.
That's the news, guys.
For the news. All right, so joining with us now is Geoff. Geoff, of course, for ones that may not know, is head of DLP Town Square. DLP Town Square is an independent fan site. Since 2013, Geoff has been one of the most prominent voices in the DLP community, providing reliable news about Disneyland Paris, and now has extended, by measure, of news around the Disney company generally. This is a big deal for us, for ones of the DLP community. So thank you so much, Geoff, for joining us. Appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
Hardy and I like to joke all the time, and I think I said this to you as well, that you joining us is a big deal for us because it gives us much needed credibility for our podcast.
You don't need that.
So no, definitely thank you for that.
Of course.
Cheers, man.
People would be like, oh, you know what, actually maybe we should listen to them then. Maybe they do have something behind them. If Geoff is on there, then maybe.
Not charlatans.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, you just come back from Disneyland Paris recently, right?
Yeah, about just under a week ago.
Was that anything particular at all, or it was just another visit?
No, it was just bank holiday, wasn't it, here? So
yeah.
Took the opportunity to head on out.
You, from what I saw, and correct me if I'm wrong, you just bought an annual pass. I mean, you've had annual passes in the past, obviously, but you presumably stopped and then recently got a new one. So what happened there? Was you just taking a break, or was you looking around the world at Disney in general and just put DLP on the shelf?
There's a few things. So the last time I had an annual pass, I think, was when the 30th was happening.
Yeah.
And it was fun, but I kind of got to a point where, I'd just come back from Anaheim when I went to the April 12th stuff on for the 30th. And I just thought, okay, well, my money actually can go a little bit further here.
Yeah.
And actually, if you know how to play Anaheim, it's not that expensive.
No.
Whereas Disneyland Paris, now if you want to stay on site anyway, I think rooms are starting at sort of €200-300 a night for even basic hotels.
Yeah.
In Anaheim, you can stay across the street for the same price.
Literally.
And when you're there, I think you get a slightly better experience.
Yeah.
And so what I just decided to do that for a little bit. And then the Adventure World stuff started happening. Went to a preview day of that. And I thought, actually, you know what? They've done a pretty good job here. So I'll reinvest, and we'll just see how a year goes.
Yeah. And so would that be now? Will you be more intentional in terms of like reporting? Because you never really stopped, did you?
No, I didn't stop, but I slowed down. And I think the reason for that was you sort of get in a bit of a funk when you get a little bit delusional or disillusioned, even. Not delusioned.
Hey, some of us are, Geoff. Some of us are.
Yeah. And I sort of got this whole thing in my head that, you know, it's a DLP fan site, and I have to talk about DLP, and I don't really want to talk about that right now. And then I just sort of sat there and went, no, I don't. I just have to talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And if people care, they care. If they don't, they don't.
So obviously you said that you wanted to try and branch out and try like reporting on other things like Anaheim, and I know you did a bit on Disney Cruise Line as well.
Yeah.
How was that received?
Yeah. It varies. Like obviously it's slower, because you know you've got however many followers that sort of mostly care about Paris, and so when you start talking about Anaheim or Cruise Line or even Florida, you get a whole bunch of people that are not that interested, but then you get sort of interest from other people that are, and so you just have to sort of take the fact that okay, maybe this, because what I really want is conversations. That's why I'm in this. You know, I started it all because I wanted to chat. Really, you know, there's a longer story, but you know, wanted to chat, and you know, eventually you get people chatting, and sometimes you post about Anaheim and nothing comes back, and sometimes you post about Orlando or Cruise Line and something does come back, and that's it. It's as simple as that, I think. Yeah.
What? So how? Let's take it all back. How did you get started with DLP Town Square? You said it stemmed from wanting to have conversations, but like, what was? Do you know what I mean? The need for that, and then you going, okay, this is how I'm gonna get it started.
Yeah. So I spent 2 years living in Paris, and you know, obviously I visited Disneyland Paris for years before that, but you know, I lived about 10-15 minutes away from the parks, and sort of weirdly, I mean, the story as to why I got my first annual pass was I was sat at home one day, and I kind of thought, do you know what? I really want to go on Star Tours. And so I just took it was actually a bus. It was a bus to the theme park. And I just took a bus and just dropped the €199 back in the day for the Dream Pass. And just wandered on in and did Star Tours. So I was like, this is great. I can do this anytime I want now.
That is brilliant.
So I did that, basically.
I want to go. I really want to go on Star Tours.
Yeah, it's a really weird story, isn't it?
I think I'll do that.
I mean, it was as simple as that, really. I mean, yeah, I think I'll have a go. And then, you know, I was working out there. I was doing all sorts of stuff. And, you know, I'd finished a day's work. And at that point, Dreams had just started, Disney Dreams. And so I was able to finish work, hop on a bus for 10 minutes and go have dinner and watch that. And then it sort of went to a place where I was doing all this by myself. And when you're sort of moving out there and doing all this stuff by yourself, you know, you get friends, you know, all of that, but the big thing is that quite often it's quite lonely living in another country by yourself.
Yeah. And
so I just decided to start this thing and chat to people. I never wanted it to be like a live daily report thing, like DLP Report, ED92 and all of those. That was never sort of my intention. It was just a chat.
Yeah. To create conversations.
That's good. €199 for the
it's a little bit more expensive now.
A little bit.
Oh my gosh, that brings me back.
And if you sponsored 3 people in a year, it was free.
Yeah, it was free. That's right. I remember that. Oh my gosh, I remember that. Yeah. Oh goodness! I think I was rummaging around and I found like one of my old ones, and it's the awful. What was it? Gold or yellow? I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was yellow, the dream one. Yeah.
The yellow, and then it was just like a dated photo of me. Just
Yeah, because you always had to go to the annual pass office, and they would just go, "All right, we're going to take a picture of you now," and they just get this terrible webcam and just be like, "Yeah."
It's still like that.
It was like. Yeah, well.
Well, now you can upload it from home. Mine's taken at home.
Yeah, that's true.
Mine was
you can do that if you do it from home.
underneath the Disneyland Hotel.
Well,
and Ash can tell you, I look like the demon headmaster.
That was. Yeah.
Do you know, I have a story. So when I was there last weekend, I was like, do you know what? I really want to pick up the physical pass. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They make that nearly impossible.
Wow.
So, I was told, you do it at the studio's ticket booth. So I go to the studio's ticket booth. It's like 8 o'clock on Friday. And they're like, yeah, it's at the other park. But it's closed now. Yeah, okay, this is like traditional DLP. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Go to the other park the next day. And it was like 6. And they go, well, it is here, but it's only until 5. And it's like, okay, great. But the ticket booth is still open, so why can't you do it? Anyway, so the next day I go back at 5 to it was like a ticket booth at the back of the hotel, not the guest relations. We'll come to that. And the guy goes, yeah, it is, you're in the right place, and it is right now, but it's not this booth, it's that booth.
That is outrageous.
Yeah, so I get to guest relations, and it's like, it is here, you are in the right place, and it is now, but my manager's on lunch and he has to do it.
Oh my god. That sounds like
oh my gosh,
awful fever dream. Can someone for the love of God just give me my pass? Yeah, that is crazy.
It surely isn't that hard, because all they did in the end was just scan the thing and just press print on a computer, and it's like there you go. When the manager showed up, it took about 5-10 seconds.
That's insane. Absolutely insane.
I can't believe that. Well, I can believe it.
Yeah, but in Anaheim you don't actually get one, so.
No, yeah, it's true. It's all digital.
You have to pay for in Anaheim. I think it's $20, and even then, all they do is they print out a paper ticket.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is funny. That comes up to another question that we had, which is funny. Holly, this is yours, right? What made you fall in love?
What made you fall in love with Disneyland Paris?
Obviously, there's lots of memories, of course, and it's still a beautiful park. There's a lot of great things. I think it has major issues that are probably getting deeper at the moment, I think. But in terms of the experience when you're there, seeing friends, seeing people walking around the park, which is still looking outstanding, it's still a beautiful place.
Yeah.
And I think that's the great thing. I go there now and I'm like, okay, well, I don't like this, and I don't like this, but I enjoy being in Frontierland. I enjoy being less so in Discoveryland these days. But I enjoy Adventureland. I enjoy Fantasyland. I enjoy all of the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holly will co-sign you on Discoveryland. She doesn't.
Yeah, I don't.
They've ruined it.
No.
I can't. It's just. But circling back, actually, Geoff. Saying obviously you still love being in the parks, and you kind of touched upon that you was there for the opening of World of Frozen and Disney Adventure World. Do you want to go into a little bit how you felt about that? Because this was a press preview, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So there were about, they never told us, but I would sort of say that no more than sort of 400 or 500 people in the whole expansion area. So everything felt really quiet. You could. I sat on Tangled 6 times in a row without getting off. I was just like, we're just going around again. There was no. Yeah, it was
that
great.
Actually, really, it probably would be a normal ride circulation in any other ride because of how quick it is. I'm sure it's 30 seconds.
And even now, actually, when I was there last weekend, if you get towards the end of the night, you can. There's no one there. There's no one waiting for that. Stay on. But exactly. I think actually that's one of the big successes of that land. I think that attraction is really good. So that was fun. It was a really nice day. We got from 2 until 10 something in the land. So a pretty sizey chunk of the day. We were able to sample a few of the cocktails in the Regal View Lounge.
Love that.
We were able to try dinner in the Nordic Crowns Tavern. We did dinner. Sorry, dinner we already did. There were some snacks. We were allowed to have some snacks. And then just do whatever we wanted for a day. And it was really good. Like I say, really quiet. You know, you could really take in every attraction. Like Frozen, I did. I think 5 or 6 times during the entire day.
Wow.
And every single time, except one, but that's because we got a group together to go on it. One person per boat.
Oh, really?
What? Really?
Yeah, literally one of us on the boat, yeah. Always front row, always in the middle. Everyone just going by.
That's insane.
Through on this by themselves.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, I have the ride photos and everything. I was like, this is happening again. I'm having these.
That's great. I read your article, but for the people listening at home, what are your thoughts on Cascade of Light?
Yeah, I've actually seen it twice now. I still don't like it. I mean, I'll expand on that a little bit. So I think as a drone tech demo, it's great.
Right. Yeah.
There are lots of things that make you go, ooh, that's impressive, and ooh, that's nice. Like when it does that, like, you know, when the drones do like the squiggly lines, and I don't even know how you would describe it. They just look like squiggly lines floating over the lake, and I'm like, oh, that looks awesome. And you kind of go, but what does it mean?
Dignity.
It means dignity. That's what Kurt...
Yeah, they're like, it's a spark of imagination. I was like, okay, sure, we'll roll with that. Yeah, and like I say, I think I wrote in the review, like, I came out of it and somebody was like, do you know what the story's about? It's like heroes or imagination or something, I don't know. There's not a lot to it.
No. My favourite part of your review.
I saw it again because I was like, okay, great, you know, I'm gonna get to see the drones. They're fun. The pre-show music doesn't match the show itself. Like, they kind of do this weird, really upbeat thing, and the show, I think, is quite downbeat.
Yeah.
Other than the Zootopia section, there's not much, is there?
It's almost solemn.
Yeah, it is.
It's very, very weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Are they coming for more thoughtful, philosophical type
emotion? I think they're trying to tug on your emotional thing, right?
Yeah, they are.
But the problem is that there's no emotion in it because there's no story.
Yeah.
It's like, here's Mulan. Why is Mulan here?
Are you crying yet?
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it is bizarre, and we mentioned it earlier. People are like, oh, but it's unique to Disneyland Paris. I'm like, yeah. I don't know if that's the selling point, that it's just unique. Like, there are some things that have been unique.
I went to Orlando when they did for like 3 or 4 weeks, like a really short period of time. In Disney Springs, they did a drone show. I can't remember what it was called now, but it was just a drone show, and that was really cool. Actually, again, no story, but every single thing had like a Disney element to it.
Right.
So, you know, there was no like random abstract squiggles in the sky or anything like that. You know, like, it was always like, here's Big Ben, and we're gonna play a little bit of Peter Pan now, and then now we're gonna play the Mandalorian theme, and here's Grogu flying, and you sort of go, okay, great. Well, if you're not gonna do emotion, just show me cool stuff. Great.
Yeah, exactly.
I would prefer that to Cascade of Lights.
Yeah. Have you seen it? I've not seen it, so I don't know what it's like, but I want to
I can't remember what it's called now. I'd have to.
No, but
I might Google it in a minute.
The way Geoff's describing it, it sounds way better than Cascades for me.
You know what? And I said this on the last pod, that if it's a transitional like thing, then fine, fill your boots. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be mind blowing. I'm sure the whole expansion still being worked on, and I would hope that once the other parts of their Lion King and whatever is to come in the third part, that they probably would, if they're not gonna improve on Cascade of Lights, bring a better one, and then that will be kind of the final form of the nighttime show that you will see at Disney's World of Adventure.
Disney Dreams That Soar. That's what it was called.
Disney Dreams That Soar. Is that what the?
Yeah, that's what the Orlando one was called. Yeah.
I will be watching that
interesting.
later.
But yeah, no, it's not. What we've got now is not great, unfortunately. Actually, now that brings me to the question that I had for you was, do you? And this is something that Holly and I have discussed previously, and we want to get your thoughts on it in terms of positivity. Positivity is a good thing, right? Disney's about pixie dust and positivity and whatnot. But as ones that have a podcast for yourself, that has, a blog and everything, do you think it's important to balance in terms of toxic positivity, just telling people the nice stuff, the fluffy things, and not being truthful about what the reality really is? Or because we kind of see that quite a lot, and where do you stand with it?
Yeah, I think I'm going to randomly create a term, like positive realism, I guess. Like you have to be realistic. So one thing I was always conscious of, or am conscious of whenever I'm writing or whenever I'm doing whatever, is that you might persuade someone to spend a lot of money on something. And, whether that's a hotel or a meal or whatever it might be. You look at the Nordic Crowns Tavern, right, which I didn't like, and I wrote a pretty bad review of. And I know I got given that meal for free. But the way I was trying to sort of frame it was, okay, well, this thing is 24 euros.
Right.
Yeah.
And if I'm going there by myself, 24 euros is... It's still pricey, but it's not a lot, right?
It's not a lot.
But if you're a family of 5, 24 euros is like 120 euros.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
and you could accidentally persuade someone to have a pretty bad time of it.
Yeah.
And I think there's a real... And I think also, there's a danger that you do that. And I think also... I mean, I've had conversations before with people, internally and externally. Sometimes just saying that something is amazing is almost not what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if something's not good, it's better to say that it's not good and be honest about it, because all of this stuff, whether it's good or bad, gets fed to somebody.
Yeah.
And somebody ends up reading this. And if all they read is that this is amazing, and it's not, they're going to think it is amazing, and you're just going to get more of that thing.
Yes. That's literally what I said, that the over toxic positivity of influences has in turn been the cause of the deteriorating product that we will receive, because it goes up to Disney leadership one way or another, and they see that and go, oh, okay, they just love it, and then, and then I think see no way to progress on it or do anything better.
And I think there's a big difference actually between somewhere like Paris, somewhere like Orlando even, and somewhere like Anaheim. And I think if you look at Paris, my gut feeling is that not much of leadership actually go to the parks and experience the parks. I can count the number of times I've seen leadership experiencing the place as a guest. For all of, I have seen Daniel Delcourt, who used to be this chief operating officer. I did see him do it, to give him some credit there. But very rarely you see someone like, no, I won't name names, but very rarely you see people in positions of leadership actually experiencing the park. And I think in Anaheim that's very different, and that's because you are located really close to Burbank. Yeah. And quite often the people that work at Burbank are going to the theme parks and are experiencing it as guests. And also Josh D'Amaro does go to the theme parks.
A lot.
He was there just last week.
Yeah, he was. Disneyland.
Yeah, he was there just last week. And I know Bob Iger is no longer the chief executive officer, but he is still, on the board. Is he still on the board, or is he
to the end of the year?
Yeah. But he was at Galaxy's Edge last week on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So these people are still going to the parks just to be there and to talk to people and to see what's going on. And I think when it comes to Burbank, a lot of this stuff goes through the Paris filter, right? So if let's say you're an influencer and you say something negative, and then maybe that gets filtered to management in a division like merchandising, food and beverage, whatever it might be. Well, they have to compile a report to their leadership in Burbank, let's say. And do you think that, whilst the bad stuff might make it to them, do you not think that they're thinking, okay, well, I've got to make sure people think I'm doing a good job here? And they just take the bad stuff out. They're like, hey, everything's great here. Have this.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, I think I would like people in Burbank to spend more time in every resort, not just Anaheim.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll happen. Who knows?
We can dream.
Who knows? But, I think, as you said, it is important to always give an unfiltered. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to be crass with it and go, this is shit. Although sometimes
toxic negativity exists as well, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's some people that are just looking for the problem in everything as well, and that's not great either.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. I think anyone that's always saying something good, I just can't really take them seriously in terms of the word because they're not being truthful. And likewise, the same way, if you've always got a problem, there's always something to nitpick. I can't really take them seriously as well. It's about being balanced.
I'm sure if I was looking for problems when I went to any Disney resort, I could find them. Yeah,
100%.
If I really care about, I know in the past I've looked at this and you sort of go, oh no, the dueling pirates still aren't working. This is terrible. And you sort of go, okay, but what effect? Okay, yeah, great. It's great. It's not that great, right? It's a problem. But does it really affect the whole thing? Not so much.
Exactly.
But I still
it'd be great if it's fixed. But pirates isn't rubbish because that one effect isn't working.
No,
you say that though, Geoff. But every time I ride pirates, I'm like, is the swinging pirate swinging? Just look from years back.
Yeah, I still do that. Yeah, I do it too. I just pick the one that's the easy picking. Yeah.
How do you think the landscape has changed in terms of social media when you started and how it is now? The dynamics of it, the reporting of it.
It's so different.
Obviously, TikTok and everything.
Yeah, TikTok's a fun one, isn't it?
No.
TikTok's great for a lot of things. I don't think it's great for... Yeah, like I say, I started this because I like to have a chat. I don't think TikTok is where the chat is.
No, it's not.
It's very much like, I tried this biscuit and you need to try it too because it tastes of Nutella. And you go, okay, cool. That's nice. But also I don't like people that just post a picture of their plate and go here is the meatballs from the Nordic Crowns Tavern. I was like, okay, great. Are they good?
Yeah.
You tell me. Are they good or are they not? I've tried them. I can tell you I don't like them.
So in terms of the general landscape, they are much different. But I mean, I think what I'm trying to gauge is how different have they been? What have you noticed? And is it going in a good direction or a bad direction?
I think it depends. So when I joined, I think a lot more people were interested in the Imagineering. I'm not entirely sure whether the same level of interest is there.
Right.
I don't think it's gone. But I remember sort of being around the time that Mystic Manor was opening in Hong Kong, and I've never been to Hong Kong, haven't really spoken about Hong Kong. But I remember the buzz around that attraction and everybody caring about all the little design details and how this is an original attraction that's been made really special. How It was Danny Elfman that did the music. The whole every piece of the attraction coming together, everybody really cared about. And now I am less sure that's the case. I think it's more like, take the Frozen Land, right? I think all the conversation was around, oh, there's Olaf. Oh, haha, he's fallen over. Like, you know, like there's less. The stuff's there. If you go look for it, it's all there. Like there was a great panel Disneyland Paris did where they were talking about how they went to Norway and how they went to Bergen and they found all these colours and they did all the facades in these colours. Like, the content's there.
Yeah.
Just fewer people care about it.
Well, we care.
Yeah.
Which is why we started this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because we miss it.
And I'm sure people are still out there. I just don't know whether maybe they're less vocal.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody actually in the queue on May 4th in Star Traders.
Oh, yeah.
And, we were talking, I was like, I'm just going to go pick up the Adventure World book now. And like people are like, yeah, I've already got it. It's great. And you go, okay, well, there are people that really care about this stuff.
Yeah.
And that book is sold out almost everywhere as well, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I picked up like one of the last 2 copies. She was like, yeah, we're getting a delivery like this week. But, yeah, that book is selling.
Yeah.
That's good.
So there are people that care about this stuff. I don't know where they are right now.
Yeah.
And has that dwindled down in conversations on Twitter as well, or X, whatever?
It's still Twitter, isn't it? Has it dwindled down? Look, it depends how you frame things.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you'll tweet about this stuff and no one's going to reply to it. And then sometimes you'll have a really long conversation. I had a conversation that went in a very bizarre and twisted direction where I said that Adventure Way is one of the first original lands that Disney have done in years. Yeah. And I got told that is not the case because there is a Peter Pan statue and there is a Rapunzel attraction, so it is not original. It's like, well, no, it is. I was like, are you like, come on, like, and this thing went on for about 2 days. It's just like my reply is just going nuts. I'm just like, okay, but like my logic was, okay, well, do you
can't
consider...
be a sincere interaction. That's insane.
It was a long conversation. It's like, okay, but do you consider Fantasyland an original land? Because I do.
Yeah, I do.
Like, it's got IP in it, but it's an original land.
It's an original land, yeah, exactly.
And I actually think that Adventure Way is probably more original than Fantasyland.
Yeah.
I think they've done a really great job there.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And just because it has a Tangled attraction and a few statues, and the score's great. But just because it has a Tangled attraction and a few statues and a princess restaurant, doesn't make it an IP land.
Yeah, but you're forgetting the new Chairaplanes, the upcoming attraction Up. I can't remember what it's called. It's got a like Wilderness Sky School or something.
Yeah, I have... The only issue I have with that is that it's Pixar.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. It's like...
Yeah.
You've literally got
what have you called it?
World of Pixar, and then suddenly this show just exists outside of it.
Yeah.
But also that Together show exists outside of it as well. So it's just Pixar stuff. It's over here and over there now too. Who cares? I think the original plan was to have that as a Mary Poppins attraction,
which I would have loved.
Yes,
and that's why. So where the gazebo is.
Yeah.
That was originally going to be called the English Gardens, which is why you have all the statues are 101 Dalmatians, Peter Pan, Winnie the Pooh. The idea was that was an English garden, and then you'd move on to
what's it called now,
sort of Mary Poppins swinging chair
I thought
thing.
It was English Gardens.
Wilderness. Oh, it's called Gazebo Gardens now.
Oh, I was calling it English Gardens.
I don't understand why they changed tact on that though. Like that wouldn't have been difficult to pull off still.
No.
Why did they just say, you know what, no. I just don't get it.
I don't know. It doesn't change anything, but I don't know.
No. Yeah.
I think, but I don't have an issue with the swinging chairs. I mean, the only issue I might have when it opens is everybody screaming and sort of ruining the peace of that area. But we'll have to see where that is when we get to it. To be fair, that's not an issue in California Adventure, though.
No, it's not.
You don't hear people screaming on the Silly Symphony swings.
Or even like in Incredicoaster, where they've got like the inside out like kiddie version. I spent a lot of time there with my children. Like you don't really hear any screams at all, do you?
No.
I'm trying to think. I only went like a year
not so
ago.
much. No. You hear it from Incredicoaster, of course.
Yeah,
but
obviously,
you don't hear it from the other stuff.
And the Mickey
I hear
Fundraiser.
Dash more than I hear the screams, in fact. So.
Oh, yeah, when you're walking down, it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run! 4, 3, 2, 1,
And I'm just constantly hearing that every 30 seconds.
Yeah, if you're sitting there, like, you're just sitting on that really nice bench looking out onto the water, and then just suddenly you just keep hearing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's like, I picked the wrong bench.
Imagineers have and always will be doing a great job. We are of course a fan of Imagineering and just talking about that. But it's a discussion. I'm always having a discussion with Holly. As you can see, we've got a podcast, so that's a normal thing. One of them was that there's a concern from my side. I don't know if this is
it's valid.
Everywhere, but maybe you share it. That we're starting to see more Imagineers doing or being instructed to do what the guests would like or think what the guests would like, rather than just doing their own. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Walt, he built this great theme park, still the best in the world, and he came with it like, yep, I want a train. Okay, well, why do you want a train? Because I love trains and I want this train to go around the park. And then when you walk in, I want it to mimic the city that I was raised in. Okay, is that going to be, yep, I want it. I want all, do you know what I mean? He just did things because he loved it and he was passionate about it. And he didn't take counsel from people of what they thought they would like. And Imagineer, they had that about them going all the way into the Innocence period, really, just doing things that they thought was great, right? Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain, and now I'm seeing stuff like Villains Land, which I'm sure probably will be good, right? Because Disney know how to make an experience great. But I don't know. To me, it kind of it has a bit of a stench of we're doing this because we think the guests will like this, rather than they just coming out of their own agency. And I don't know whether you share similar thoughts, or what are your thoughts generally?
I think it's the same with films, right? There's that really famous Walt quote that's like, if I asked the people what they wanted, they'd have said more pigs.
Yeah,
it's about the 3 little pigs.
Exactly. Yeah,
and so you kind of get that with films. You got Frozen 2, Frozen 3, Wreck-It Ralph had a sequel as well. Zootopia, Toy Story 5, of course. Yeah, like everything. Moana live action for absolutely no reason. There's all of that kind of stuff. But I think there are, if you look around at the pockets of good stuff, because there are pockets of good stuff. We're talking about Adventure Way. Adventure Way doesn't have an IP theme to it. It's sort of a playground for a lot of ideas and a lot of things. And somebody went, wouldn't it be cool if that, like, we had a big lake and there was a garden and there were lots of plants, lots of popcorn lights, and you kind of go, yeah, that's great. And they did a really nice job of that. The whole load of Art Nouveau stuff dotted around the lake as well. So yes, it's IP led in the fact that this thing has to include Tangled, and this thing has to lead up to Frozen, it has to lead up to Lion King over there. But there's pockets of things that showcase something quite interesting. And it's the same in Tokyo Disney, where they have Fantasy Springs.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody said clearly, well, we want a Frozen ride, we want a Tangled ride, and sure, we're going to have Peter Pan. I don't know how Peter Pan got into the equation, but it did.
Yeah.
And they're all there, and they all have like little themed areas, like the little Frozen themed area, there's a little Peter Pan themed area. But there's also this kind of organic, I guess you're going to call it springs, but it's like this woodland mossy thing that ties it all together.
Yeah.
And that's the really good part of that land.
Yeah.
You go to the Fancy Springs Hotel and you walk in, and what you get is like this really nice sort of mural, and it's like a beautiful rock work all over the place. And then you walk into this little Arendelle pocket, and you walk into this little Peter Pan pocket. But the thing that ties it all together is entirely unique, and it's entirely original.
Yeah.
So it is there, and I think the Imagineers are finding creative ways to do that. But yeah, it is all led by an IP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, of course, was Iger driven, right? He was very much adamant on IP is what's going to drive what is going to be in the parks. Is there hope for that to change with tomorrow now at the...
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, but I think you'll see... I think shift towards maybe a more connected guest experience. Whereas everything's been quite fragmented.
Yeah.
I think he's made a lot of noise about this one Disney thing.
Yeah. I saw that.
Which, when you read it, you just go, oh, this is corporate nonsense. But then you sort of dive into what he's been saying since he's introduced that idea, and you kind of go, oh, there's like some logic here. That's actually pretty good. Maybe I don't need 6 Disney apps. Maybe I just need the one. Why is Paris's app so much different to Disneyland's app? And why is it so much worse?
Yeah.
And sort of, if you start to create that kind of connected guest experience where everything is just easier and everything, you know what to expect. You go to a Disney park and you can mobile order because we all do mobile order now, and we all have the same system. You don't have to care about it.
Yeah, we were talking about this last time.
That's not directly related to the IP question, but...
No, but I understand where you're coming from.
I think IP will still play a big part. But it's about how do you integrate that to stuff better. And Iger did good things. Iger did... He did the California Adventure stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
I think Iger's Part 2 is less good than Iger's Part 1. But that's the same with Michael Eisner, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Disney has a weird history of CEOs having a weird break somewhere in the middle, and just everything going to mess afterwards.
And then everything there just capitulating. But Iger didn't capitulate as much as Eisner did, thankfully.
Well, he picked Bob Chapek.
Well, yeah.
Everyone sort of goes. Everybody forgets that bit really conveniently.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh, Chapek was terrible." It's he was picked by Bob Iger.
Yeah.
he was the hand-picked guy.
Yeah. But yeah, oh my, what a rough 4 years.
Yeah, it was rough. There were good things there as well, though. To be fair, not as many, but there was some good stuff. No, there was no good stuff. Sorry.
No, I was about to say. I was like, really? I'm waiting for this. What? What was that?
I guess there was Pixar Pier. I actually like Pixar Pier, so I guess that can sit up there. Yeah, that can sit there.
Yeah, Pixar Pier is good.
I think if you were going to take I think it was Paradise Pier, wasn't it? If you were going to take a non-IP land and theme it, Pixar Pier is a pretty good blueprint.
Yeah. Holly, you got any?
You kind of spoke a little bit earlier that when you're at DLP, you can see that there's problems and you think they might be getting deeper. Are you positive about the future of Disneyland Paris?
It depends, is the honest answer. I can talk about likes and dislikes a little bit. Let's start because we've just talked about the app. Let's go with the app first.
Yeah.
The app is too sales heavy.
Yeah.
Everything, you arrive and the first thing it does is it pops up a thing saying, "Doesn't waiting in line suck? Wouldn't it be great if you could pay to not wait in line?" You sort of go, no, that's not how when you go to the American parks they position the Lightning Lane. Mm-hmm. The Lightning Lane is wouldn't it be cool if you could supercharge your day? And it's yeah, wouldn't it? That would be great.
Yeah.
Whereas Paris is all right,
our
shows are busy. Give us €20 and you can make sure you're getting in. Yeah, I don't like, when you go onto the app, one of the tabs on the bottom is just the word buy. It's like, come on. Like, this should not be a thing. And so Paris has sort of leaned very heavily into these little transactions. I did I wanted to test it out, so I did the secure your seat thing.
How did it go?
Last weekend. And have you guys ever done it?
No.
Yeah, don't. So I paid €15 to do the secure your seat for together. Right. And they say get there 20 minutes before. So I got there half an hour before. And I get into the special, here's the paid people section. And I'm standing there, I'm like, this is really quiet, actually. Like, there's basically no one here. So, number one, I'm like, why did I pay €15? I'm a mug. And then I looked at the app. I was like, it says, you will be among the first to secure your seat in the theater. I'm like, okay, well, maybe the benefit then is, all right, it's quiet, but I'm going to get the seat I really want to get. I want to be towards the front this time because I've never seen it from the front. And so I'd like to be in that little section. You know how when you walk in, there's the upper tier and the lower tier. Yeah, I'd like to be in the lower tier this time. Never done that before. And so you walk into the queue, and you get taken either left or right.
Yeah.
The paid queue is on the right. So they let us in, and they do the rope, and I walk in, and the left side is already completely in.
Oh.
What? And I'm like, so I can't sit where I want to sit. I want to sit down there, but it's full. And it's just why have I done this? What was the point?
€15.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's if you're going to let me in, at least, if you're going to do this, at least actually make sure I'm the first one in, or at least radio to your guy saying I'm letting the paid people in now. Just hold off for 20 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all it is, really. It's 20-30 seconds, right, just to get into the theater. So those microtransactions, they exist, I think, and they're way worse than. Well, I was going to say any other park, but maybe Tokyo takes it, actually. Tokyo has a lot of microtransactions.
Okay.
But they're quite good at how they do it. It's way more sneaky in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Tokyo is really sneaky about how they do it. Tokyo is hey, do you want to watch Big Band Beat? Cool, we have a lottery. You might get in. And so you do the lottery, and it's sorry, you didn't make it. But you can still go if you give us 300 yen.
Yeah.
You sort of go, okay, well, fair enough. And you also actually in Tokyo get assigned a seat.
Right.
So you walk into the theater, and your app tells you your seat number. There's none of this I'm going to sit over there or I'm going to sit over there. It's if you're seat B6, you're seat B6. You're sitting in there.
That's good.
Yeah.
And the same for parade slots, actually. You can pay for parade slots, and it'll be you're C69. And you are C69. There is a little sticker on the ground that says C69, and that's exactly where you're going to be. There's no surprises here.
I feel
Paris
could learn from that.
But also...
So what I'm saying is, what you're saying is, in terms of what you're positive for, you're not positive about operations at DLP.
Yeah, operations I think is still pretty poor. The railroad starts at 12:30 now and runs till 7.
Understand
and
that.
closes
which is just
tea time,
nuts, I think. And also Fantasyland, it closes at tea time. Yeah. Fantasyland Station and Discoveryland Station are still closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have been for...
you can't use the railroad for if you're. Yeah, have been for years now, right?
Yeah. I want to say 5 years.
Sorry to
maybe
go back
longer.
to Anaheim again, but when you get on at Anaheim, you just pop on the train.
you
want to go you want to not walk to Toontown. Just hop on the train.
Yeah.
It's going to be here in 3 or 4 minutes. Just hop on, hop off. Great, have fun. Whereas in Paris, it's become a whole ordeal to get on the train, and when you get on it, it takes them so long to load it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're stuck in a station for 5 minutes, which is I don't know. I don't like that. Queue times feel inflated.
They are.
Although they are definitely playing the game where they're going to display the board at about 20 minutes longer than the queue is actually going to be, which I really dislike as well. And I know they do it. They do it in Anaheim.
Yeah. They always basically their argument is manage expectations, and it's best to, surprise them positively than to disappoint them and say, hey, it's going to be, you said it's going to be 5 minutes and now I'm waiting for, do you know what I mean? So
yeah, I get that. But also, if I see a queue for 60 minutes, am I more likely to spend €5 to skip that queue? Probably.
That's true. It's true. Yeah.
I think the food, generally speaking, is pretty bad still. Although I will say I had Toad Hall. Toad Hall was perfectly fine. I had the spaghetti and meatballs in Bella Notte, which was fine. I had the Cowboy Cookout Sheriff menu, fine. Did not like the Colonel Hattie's chicken curry. I know you know, because I know I listened, I heard. I think things will get better when. Look, okay, how do I say this diplomatically? We've had about 10 years of the same leadership.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to say it somewhat nicely. We've had 10 years of the same leadership, and I think it shows.
Right.
And I think there's something that fresh needs to come through.
Yeah.
A lot of this is like stale now. It just needs someone to sort of shake it up a little bit. And who knows? Maybe that's Josh D'Amaro. Well, it probably won't be Josh D'Amaro because he's overlooked the resorts for years. But maybe that's Thomas Marsland. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll do something. Maybe he's German, so I guess he's probably going to spend a little bit of time in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, he had a very non-eventful. Not. It's nothing due to him. It's none of his fault, But it was like a non-eventful stint at Disneyland Resort. He was there.
Oh, I think it was very eventful. But in the other way, like in the downward way.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't hear much about the down stuff.
There was a lot of entertainment being cut.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did he manage to do that in that short space of time?
Yeah.
He was
Did
there,
you hear about Frygate?
Oh, yes.
All the fries have gone.
He got rid of all the. Yeah. David from Fresh Break was absolutely seething about that. And
those film strip fries award winners are amazing, and not anymore.
No, gone. Yeah. So. If there's anything that we can look forward to for Thomas Marsland is that he may strip some things away from DLP.
He did good at Cruise Line though. So
he did. He did. He revamped Cruise Line was really, really good in his leadership.
Yeah.
So
it's completely revamped. A lot of new destinations. Those UK sailings exist now that didn't exist before. The Wish class, which had a little bit of a rocky start, sure, but I think generally speaking, people love.
Yeah.
I think Cruise Line's done really well recently.
Yeah, it has. And there's a lot more in marketing for Cruise Line as well.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it in places that I haven't seen it. The Tube, TV, just come. I'm like, what? Really?
Yeah. It's getting big now.
Where it seemed like Cruise Line. To me, it obviously it was known, but it seemed more like within Disney circles, Cruise Line was big, as opposed to people that don't really go to Disney would know about it because they would just pick a Disney park or they would just go to Disney World or something like that.
Yeah. I think you had to know about it.
Yeah.
Rather than it just being so present.
Yeah.
And I think the COVID situation has a really big impact on that because we were one of the only countries that allowed cruises to nowhere.
Yeah.
And so Disney were just like, let's do it, let's go.
Yeah.
And it worked out really nicely for them.
Did you do that? Did you do one of those?
Yeah, I did 3 of them.
Wow.
They
were they
cheap.
as good? They were really, really cheap. And
I think I paid like £500 for 4 nights.
I was late on the ball. By the time I even got to it, tickets had gone. But
they were great. They were weird.
I bet.
Really weird, but they were great. Compared to what you have now, which I guess is the more traditional cruise line experience.
Yeah.
They were very odd. A lot of social distancing, but I think you still got a pretty good vacation out of it. You got all the shows, you got all the character meet and greets. The photos look really weird because you're in a mask, and they're on a stage and you're not. But I think for a lot of people, it helped them to catch the bug.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it's. We're hoping if he's done any by any stretch of the imagination revamp for the Disney Cruise Line, then he can bring it to the parks, and hopefully, Disneyland Paris can get some much needed attention.
I think it will come.
We'll see.
I think people that are looking and seeing and sort of saying, well, Disneyland Park hasn't had any new attractions since Buzz Lightyear. I was like, I'm sorry, you're going to be waiting quite a lot longer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really sorry about that. That's not happening yet.
Yeah, to build Frozen Land and...
Yeah, but I also think it's the right... Yeah, I think it's the right thing to do as well, though. It's like, okay, would you rather have a new attraction in that little expansion pad at the back of Adventureland, or would you rather have a big lake with nothing around it for 10 years? I know what I'd pick.
Yeah.
But I also think they could do both.
Yeah,
I don't think
they could do both, sure, but they won't.
You know how much is billion? How much of £1 billion? Like they, I mean, yeah, it's wishful thinking, but and yes, Disney World is 10 times the size of DLP, so of course they'll get 2 things or 3 things simultaneously happening. But even Disneyland, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They had the San Francisco revamp, of Pacific Wharf, as well as doing. So you can do things.
Yeah.
You can do things. It doesn't have to be an attraction.
Yeah.
But to make something fresh or reskin something even.
Oh, well, there's a Doritos stand now.
We've got Plaza Garden.
The Doritos are nice, I suppose. Yeah.
There's a Doritos stand now in the redoing Plaza Gardens. Come on.
Yeah, the idea.
And they took the animatronic out of Nautilus and replaced it with like some National Geographic stuff.
Don't know what that was about.
That everyone sits there and is just like, oh, this whale cannot catch up with the Nautilus. And you go, ooh, yay.
Yeah, I just have no idea what that was about. But, I mean, do you know what? I think probably they will bring Jules Verne, property back into Discoveryland, and that may be I can see both of you are
I don't think so.
not really hopeful about that.
It's not going to happen, Ash.
I think you're more likely to see a Star Wars land back there than Jules Verne come back.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's likely either.
Yeah. Wow. Well, yeah.
I mean, I was there for the May the 4th stuff, and they put out I don't know. You look at Galaxy's Edge, right? And it's really detailed and ornate and intricate and all of that. And then you walk into the Hyperion Theatre, and they've done this BDX droid thing, and the background is like a bunch of crates. And you go, wow, this is so Star Wars. I know what I think of when I think of Star Wars. A whole bunch of boxes.
Yeah, crates. Yeah. Lots of them.
Crates. Rectangles, spheres.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of boxes. That's what I think of.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
You hear people say, wow, Star Wars isn't as popular as it used to be in Europe. And you go, okay, great, but I just spent 45 minutes waiting outside a store in Disneyland Paris on Monday. Don't tell me it's not popular.
It is still popular. I don't believe that.
I don't. It's. Yeah. No, I don't either. I get that Lion King's popular, and I'd have loved to have seen a Galaxy's Edge. I still hope for something Star Wars in Disneyland Paris, but who knows? I can't argue that Lion King isn't popular and won't be great, because it will be both of those things.
Yeah, sure.
We'll see.
I understand why they scrapped it. I don't necessarily celebrate it, but I've made peace with it, because
I think not.
Because what they were going to do, Geoff, if you look at the concept art, it was going to be Smuggler's Run, which is the less of the two.
Sure, but if
rides,
you look at how I spend my time in Galaxy's Edge,
well,
I'm not looping Rise of the Resistance. I'm just chilling.
It's true. Yeah.
And Smuggler's Run might actually be great in a couple of weeks. Like this new update might be pretty good, I think.
Maybe.
Everything I've heard about it makes me go, okay, well, actually, there's something interesting there. Because it used to be like, oh, you're engineering. You go, oh, great. I get to stare at a wall and press some buttons. Wonderful. But now you actually have stuff to do.
The problem with it is that there's no risk. Oh my goodness, and you're crashing, hello! But hey, you saved the day still! And you're like,
but at least if you're pilot and gunner, right, you're facing forward and you're looking at the screen. If you're the engineer, you're facing a wall.
You wall, which is fine.
It is naff. But, if you think about where I spend my time at Galaxy's Edge, when I'm there, it's Ronto Roasters, it's Ogre's Cantina.
Yeah, Ronto Roasters, Cantina, exactly.
It's the marketplace. Like, I don't tend to do Smuggler's Run. And, if I'm spending a week in Disneyland, I might do Rise of the Resistance once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think just having Smuggler's Run is the be-all and end-all. I understand that for some people it is.
People would moan about it.
I don't think it's...
Loudly.
You got the less... Yeah, and you've just got the less good Frozen attraction in Disneyland Paris compared to Tokyo. So, okay, fine.
Yeah. Avatar Land, is that likely, do you think? And if not, what would you like to see as a replacement? I
was thinking about this recently. I went and looked up numbers, actually. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I went and looked at numbers.
Wow.
So Fire and Ash didn't do as well as the other two, including in France. So Avatar typically has done pretty well in France. I think it's after China the number one market in the world.
Really?
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
So Avatar's super popular there. They didn't even do a UK premiere for Avatar. They did it all in Paris.
Wow.
So if it's going to happen anywhere, it will be Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think it's nailed on? No.
Yeah.
Do I think it's likely 50-50?
Yeah.
Okay. I think what they'll do is they'll hover around a bit.
Yeah. But they could change their mind at any point,
yeah,
right?
They changed their mind about Star Wars, so there's nothing.
Yeah, they did, exactly.
Yeah.
And realistically, if they want to start construction on it, I think they'll probably want to start just before Lion King finishes.
Yeah.
So they've still got time.
Yeah. Yeah, that is interesting. But yeah, Disney Way. I'm looking forward to the potential of it because I said it's a mixture between Epcot and DCA.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Yeah.
Like layout structurally and what it can bring in the different worlds, and I just know I'm very excited about when it all comes together.
Yeah, if you had the mojito from that, they have a mojito stand, and I had it.
I think I saw it, but I didn't have it. No, okay, is it good?
It is €8, and it is the strongest mojito I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah. I took it. They gave it to me in this really nice theme cup. And I took a picture of it in front of the restaurant. So I was like, oh, I might use this for something at some point. Who knows? Yeah. And then I took a sip. I was like, whoa! Here we go.
Wow. There we go. That could be a thing. Drinking around the way.
Well,
right. Coin that now.
Who knows? But hey, that's essentially what DCA and Epcot are, right? That's the part where people get drunk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think I'll never forget my first time in either of those parks. You just walk in, it's like, oh, this is the adult park.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, more to it for Disney Adventure World. I'm looking forward to bringing all that stuff in.
I
although
think
what I
though,
was,
right? I really do wonder what's going to happen in the winter because that place is gorgeous in the summer.
Yeah, well,
Winter's
there's no shade.
And very, very cold.
There's no shade anywhere. I don't understand. No. Was it just the Imagineers from LA that was just constructed that? How comes there's
there's
we had refuge?
On that preview day, we had a freak hailstorm.
Yeah.
And I was like, where do I go? Because I was down by the Regal View. And I was like, okay, well, I can't go to Regal View because it's not my slot right now.
Oh.
No, it wasn't our slot, so we had slots. We were only allowed in there for 45 minutes.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it was an open bar, so they don't want us getting drunk.
Okay, fine. Yeah, of course, yeah.
So,
that's true.
So we were allowed in there for 45 minutes. I was like, okay, so I don't know where to go. So I just bolted it to meet Mickey Mouse. Because at least that's like under the cover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
So I just sprinted across the whole place and nearly slid because that pavement is really slippy.
Yeah, you need to add some grips.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, but yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Though,
yeah.
You have to also remember we were behind the walls, so I don't know whether you would have to. You could maybe go down by cars. We could not because it was behind a wall. So,
yes. Yeah. Did you like your experience more coming in organically as opposed to being invited, or was it all the same? Did it not really much of a difference? Was it?
Well, it's busier, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I still have the same opinion.
Okay.
I think it's good. Cascade of lights. So okay, on the preview day, I turned up like 3 minutes before. I turned up half an hour before. Got a great spot right in front of the projector. So great. It never feels too busy.
Yeah.
There's so much space. If you get that princess ice cream and you just pull off to like the viewing area for the show, there's no one there.
Yeah.
You can just sit there real chill and just enjoy that. Even the Frozen Land, actually, I was really thinking that was going to be a bottleneck, and probably in the opening days it was.
Yeah.
I don't think it is now. You can move around that really nicely. The shop is still a big bottleneck.
I never got to go in the shop.
That's a problem. But
I also think the celebration in Arundel's a problem, and I don't know how they're going to solve it.
Yeah.
I do. I think.
Yeah.
I think you have to do it on the lake.
On the main.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way to solve that problem.
Yeah.
They have a viewing area because I think there's 2 tiers, isn't there, in front of Arundel.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think you just do the show performing towards Arundel.
Okay. Yes, of course. So then they could come back.
I think that's the only way you can do it. But that's a problem. Yeah. But generally speaking, Regal View Lounge, you could always get seated without waiting.
Yeah.
That was never a problem. Did the Princess Breakfast, which was actually quite easy to get a reservation for 3 days out. Because if you're not staying in a Disney hotel 3 days out, you can book that.
You can do it. Yeah.
So I managed to get that reservation pretty easily. So I think it's fine.
When I went with my family, I really wanted to go, but I was advised to not bankrupt myself for a meal, which on reflection is good advice. You should do breakfast. Well, that's the thing. When I saw the reviews as well for the dinner, I was like, ugh. Yeah. Well, that's a lot of money for a crap dinner anyway. Well,
€100. You have to pay for the drinks on top as well, by the way.
And you have to pay on the drinks on top. Where do you know what I mean? If you just go to Disneyland Hotel with a buffet, Royal Banquet, at least it comes with a drink.
Yeah.
It doesn't even come with a drink at Regal View.
No.
But the breakfast is better. You're saying do the breakfast option.
Well, okay. So, same lineup of princesses.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So, let's take that as four princesses, I think, isn't it? Same lineup, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So, take that out of the equation. It's €60 for breakfast as opposed to 100 for dinner. That €60 includes unlimited drinks as well.
Ah.
So you can have as much tea, coffee, hot chocolate, orange juice, apple juice as you want. It comes with pastries, fruits, jams, all that sort of stuff, and either a sweet or savoury breakfast, which is sweet as pancakes, maple syrup, and fruits, or a salmon and some form of egg. I had the pancake. So it comes to UK pound equivalent. It's about 40 after discount.
Yeah.
If you have the gold pass, which is a much better value dinner.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you just want to, which in my case, I just wanted to be in that room, see it, and then
see what it's like. Yeah.
I'm not a big princess person, but if your thing is I want to meet all 4 of those princesses and I don't want to spend €100 per person, breakfast is a way better option for you.
Yeah.
Plus, if you take that 8:15 booking, you're allowed into the park half an hour before extra magic time even starts.
Right.
Yes.
And you can see that thing empty.
Yeah.
But
which would be good for
what
pictures.
would the attractions be?
No. So you have to walk. You do have to walk all the way straight up, but you can enjoy that that whole walk from front lot all the world premiere now. Okay, fine.
World premiere.
From world premiere all the way up to the Regal View with basically nobody there. Which is a really cool experience. If nobody's ever done a Disney theme park that's empty, it's awesome.
Yeah.
World premiere. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's Studio One with better makeup.
Well, personally, I think they should have demoed it. If they was really going to start fresh, then they should have demoed it.
Yeah.
We were speaking about those shops, those kiosks, right, Holly? That they brought on as well.
Okay, yeah. The new obsession.
There's an obsession, and I don't.
I don't get it.
Like 1 or 2 of them would have been great.
Yeah, but we've got too many.
But it just seems to be the thing that they're just dumping everywhere. Yeah.
But why?
And they're not bringing anything. Like Holly had the great suggestion, like when you're in Northern Square, like they've got a jewelry store.
Yeah.
No,
they've got
store.
things. Sorry, perfume store. Mm-hmm. So they've got like different things.
Yeah.
To why couldn't they? Why is it you're just filling it with crisps and popcorn and sweets?
Yeah, that was the thing. I remember when Inside Ears sent around the thing. It's like, we're making this really cool store and we're changing the fast pass kiosk. I was like, oh, this looks amazing. And then it opened. It's like, oh, it's like Haribo and Coke.
Doritos.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. That's okay. Sure. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. Can you talk to us a little bit more about what you do with Inside Ears?
Yeah. Well, okay, so they send a lot of stuff, okay? And some people repeat everything verbatim.
Yeah.
So, they'll send, I think this week there was the whole thing about how they sent Mickey and Minnie to a hospital, which, great, wonderful. Like the story. Brilliant.
Oh!
What did you just say?
Well, they sent Mickey and Minnie to a hospital to cheer up some kids.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. What do you think I meant?
Because Holly and I are on the same page, so we understood it to me.
Oh, okay, well, no.
Mickey had his legs broken in.
No.
I feel evil now for laughing.
Wow. That went dark. That went dark.
Sorry, Geoff.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So they send around these things, and they're all great stories, and for corporate media, they're great to have and publish. Sure. I take a way more selective approach.
Right. Okay.
So
you don't do everything that they tell you.
No. Because
do they tell you to do anything?
No, they don't tell you to do anything.
No.
This is okay. So this is one of the big misconceptions since they started doing it. It's like, they're telling people what to post, and they're telling people to be positive. And it's actually not the case.
Right.
They tell you to be constructive.
Okay.
Which is very different to be positive. And I think, but I do think a lot of people take it the wrong way. It's all about how you frame things.
So you don't feel like you have to be overly positive, or unless they strip you away from Inside Ears.
I'd have come away from the Nordic Crowns Tavern and told everybody that the meatballs were great.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Even if I was sat around a table with, and I won't name who they were, but there were 7 or 8 of us from different sites, and everybody sort of tucked into this meatball all at the same time, and the look at everyone's face was, "This is grim. This is awful."
Really?
Yeah. Somebody turned up with the vegan meatballs, and they went, one of them went, "Is that the vegan?" Yeah. Oh, can I try it? and they like tried a piece of it, and they went, nope, that's even worse.
Wow. This is really weird, because when I went, I didn't mind the meal at all. I thought it was, but I don't know what people were expecting from it. I was expecting no more than IKEA standard meatballs that you would get there. Like, do you know what I mean?
I think
So it was
IKEA
completely
meatballs.
fine for me. Are they?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I don't know what happened between that time and when I went then, because
well, that's also something.
That's exactly what it said on the tin when I was there. It was completely fine.
Yeah, and I think that's also something that I try to be
inconsistency
mindful
with DLP though, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this. I was like, when I was there last weekend, it was like, did I just have a bad day with the meatballs? Like, should I try them again? And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else. Just because I hadn't had a whole bunch of other things recently, I was like,
no, yeah, of course, yeah.
I will have those meatballs again, and if I was wrong, I will quite happily tell people that I was wrong. But
yeah, what you should do is you should get the French onion soup bread bowl. Now that will change your life. I
have not had that yet. No.
Oh man,
I do
that
need
is
it.
that is the craze that's going around Adventure Way now.
There's still loads I need to try there, actually. I did try... I'll go back to the Inside Ears question, I promise. I did try the weird biscuits in Regal View. They are weird.
Oh, I tried the weird biscuit.
Yeah. Have you seen these?
I've had them.
They're great. I like them.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're like a Marmite.
Never
I like them. I thought they were great.
I enjoyed them, but I had it with a very sweet
like
coffee.
Cheese and something else.
Yeah, so one of them was...
it's like weird mixtures of flavours.
Yeah, so one of them is mozzarella, basil, and parmesan.
Yeah.
Right.
And that one was great.
There was a
chorizo one. That one was great.
Yeah.
And then there was the Emmental and lardons, which was also really good.
I didn't like that one.
I like
But
them
they
all.
They work, do they?
Yeah. I saw them on the menu. I went, they're really weird. I really want to try them.
Yeah.
And then they arrived, and I was like, there's a green biscuit here. That does look weird. It's like fluorescent green. And then I tried it. I was like, actually, I think that works.
Wow. There we are.
Back to Inside Ears. So pizza, I'm just selective. I don't necessarily repeat everything. I try and filter it through what I think is interesting.
Yeah.
Or what I think is relevant and important.
Okay.
So I think, when they delivered that news about drones disappearing from Tales of Magic, it's like, okay, that feels like it's important. I should probably share that. I'm just going through it now. I didn't bother with the Devil Wears Prada stuff in...
no, that's so random for me.
In Hollywood Gardens. Yeah. I saw it.
So they leak news to you for you to spread out.
Yeah, so they'll send you sort of media releases, and it's up to you what you do with it. You don't have to post anything, or you can choose to post absolutely everything if you really want to. I choose just to filter it.
Do you just talk about it on X, Geoff, or do you use that as on your Substack? Do you use that as sort of like a news outlet, or do you just use that for your own personal thoughts?
I use a bit of everything. It's more what I remember to do than anything else.
Yeah.
I'm one person.
Yeah.
I don't have time necessarily to do Instagram, Threads, Facebook, all of the things. Sometimes I'll remember to do it all, and then other times I will be busy in real life things, and I will post it in one place and just forget about the rest.
We're gonna wrap up because we've taken a lot more of your time than we anticipated, Geoff. So I really appreciate you giving us your time. I know you.
I'm
really,
more positive,
really
I promise, than I make out.
No, I love it, and this is exactly what we are in Arcades and Avenues, is unfiltered, our honest opinion, and on just what we, because again, when it boils down to it, all three of us, we love Disney parks. We love what it brings and what it provides, and Disneyland Paris is included in that. And we're passionate, and really, it's about, look, you have the capability of bringing a good product and good service. So when it doesn't happen, we're going to be vocal about it to a certain degree, right? So
yeah, exactly. It all comes from a place of love.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, we would know each other. Yeah. All three of us wouldn't be sat here if it wasn't for Disneyland Paris, because we all know each other from way back when on Twitter.
It's true.
Right. Yeah. So the community has been there and still continuing to be there. It's got the OGs, so to speak, that have been doing it for a while.
A long time.
Yeah, I know. Underrated food and attraction at DLP, Geoff.
Underrated attraction. Do you know what? I'm going to say the new one, the Tangled Rapunzel's.
Okay.
Whatever it's called, I can't remember. Rapunzel's Tangled Spin.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
I think that is severely underrated. I think it's great.
Agreed.
And I think it's really sweet, and it's very nice to look at night. Yeah. The fact that it doesn't have a long queue is really nice. Music's good. I think that's actually really underrated.
Yeah.
You could say all sorts of stuff, but I think the Curious Labyrinth is also underrated. I'll go for those two. Okay. I'll put Rapunzel on top, but Labyrinth definite second.
Yeah.
Underrated food. Everything is underrated, so it's not difficult. Well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you come from a place where not everything's great. I'm going to say Toad Hall still.
Wow, okay.
I do not have a lot of fish and chips when I'm at home. It's not a big thing. And I enjoy it when I have it. And I think for the money you spend on Toad Hall, you get 2 pieces of fish. The fries are really not bad. They're like oven fries. I actually think that's not terrible.
No, I agree with you. And I feel like I have a better judgment on Toad Hall than most, because my parents used to own a fish and chip shop. And it's not a bad fish and chips.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that gives you qualification.
It does.
There you go. Holly says it's good, then it's good.
It's not
Can't
bad.
argue that.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, actually.
It's not bad.
The only thing is it's too small. It's too small inside though.
Yeah, and it's never open.
Yeah, exactly. Holly, any other questions before we
I don't think so.
Up?
Just thank you so much for coming on.
Of course. Anytime.
No. We really, really appreciate it. And chance to plug. Where can we find you, Geoff?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
DLP Town Square, DLPtownsquare.com. If you just search that on pretty much any social media except Blue Sky, not on Blue Sky, you'll find me.
Yeah, no, I don't think many people are on Blue Sky, but yes, people definitely. If you haven't, which it'd be crazy to think that you haven't, been following DLP Town Square, then make sure you do on X, Twitter, IG, TikTok, anywhere except Blue Sky, basically.
Yes.
That's what Geoff said.
Nothing against Blue Sky, just haven't got to it.
Yeah, and of course, the main thing, which is of course the blog, dlptownsquare.com. We want to thank you, Geoff, for joining us on Arcades and Avenues. We really appreciate it.
Of course.
Great to hear your experience and your thoughts. And yeah, there we are. That is it for this episode. We will see you on the next one.